Welcome back to the GCR. It's been a while since I've done a GCR video, isn't it? And I'm just by the entrance to the old Belgrave and Birstall Station. Just popped down to their Last Hurrah, the Last Gala of 2025. And I thought it's been a while since I've done a reunification video. I think it was back in the middle of summer when we just got the approval through for the reunification, you know, for the joining up, that half-a-mile section. So we'll show you a little bit from this gala, and we'll have a trip up to the site of the reunification, and then we'll have a look at what's going on at the northern half as well. So Leicester North, it's probably the end of the line that I neglect when I do these videos, really. Of course, I've been mostly interested in the reunification, so I've been centering my stuff around, you know, around that centre section. Well, this is Leicester North, but there has been a little bit of fundraising going off. It actually finishes tomorrow, look. So by the time this video I got out, this will be useless information. But they've been just having a fundraiser just to try and make some improvements to the station here at Leicester North. By the way, before I forget, Wobbly runner hats are now available for sale. I've had a number of people ask me over the last few years, and I never got around to doing it. So yeah, you can keep your head warm this winter. Have a look in our shops. We've got some other stuff in there as well, like mugs and some clothing. So here we are at Rothley. I think this is my favourite station, this one. It's not much in it between Carron and this one. So let's rewind a week. Let's head up to the northern section of the GCR, see what's going down there. One of my favourite views, looking down that line of telegraph poles there. I can scarcely believe it's been a year since we was here, where they relaunched the train services and the Jingle Bells Express. That was the end of November last year. That's another year gone by, just so quick, and another year older. I've just nipped down to the Great Central North today because they've been running a steam train service over the course of the summer. They've had a locomotive on hire, little Carron. It's its last day of service today before it goes in for an overhaul. Always looks splendid every time I come down here. The cutting crew do a fantastic job here. It's keeping it all presentable. It's just to let folks know, because people might not be aware of this, but on running days and, you know, occasions, they do have this little hut here where you can come and get a refreshment, just to bring people into Rushcliffe Halt, even if you're not on the train. You know, if you're just passing by and you're wanting to stop for a look at this lovely station. And while we're on the GCR, Nottingham, just a couple of little bits to fill you in on. So it's been on the telly, it's been on the proper telly, the big telly, hasn't it, recently? Now, Guy Martin came down. Now, one of my other main interests is motorcycle racing, so Guy Martin kind of crosses over into that aspect of my life as well. So we saw both railways, we saw both the GCRs, didn't we, on that TV show? And it does answer quite a few questions for me, because it was April, wasn't it? I remember that reunification event at Ruddington. That locomotive was parked up there. Now, I thought at the time it was a little bit strange because there wasn't really much said about it that I saw. And that probably answers the question. They were filming that TV show. They were probably told not to kind of let on too much information about what was going off, I'm guessing. Current fundraising for the new locomotive inspection pit, which I think is just going over here somewhere, just in front of the new engine shed that I've not yet seen inside. I'm assuming that's what all this spoil here that's piled up. I'm assuming that's come out of the ground. We've got, since I last did a video, we've got the toilet block completed. So now we're at Loughborough. It's time to just have a catch up on the reunification and just reflect on what's happened in 2025. So here we are back down on Railway Terrace, the site obviously of the factory Flyover and urban Viaduct. Just be going in front of us here. So I last visited here, it was the week after they got the official planning approval. I've not been back since, but since then I have seen, obviously from the great updates that Tom and the GCR official YouTube channel put out that they did do some ground investigation works looking. Is that what the blue things are there sticking up? You might have seen in the last week there's been a video gone out on that GCR official YouTube channel. They've got TV presenter Tim Dunn down. Now he's going to be bringing some much needed publicity to the reunification project, but they had just have a look at that video, because they had a look down the actual route of the railway, just showing you what was going where. Slightly envious the amount of times I've kind of stood here and pressed my nose up against the fence, but it's all good publicity for the railway, for the reunification project. And just a reminder, that factory flyover is going to be going right across this car park here, look, right from the Midland mainline bridge there.
Now, I took some stick after my visit to September's diesel gala for saying that the Hymek wasn't my favourite looking diesel locomotive, and it seems I got a few people a bit excited with that remark. I'm not saying it's a bad looking loco, it's just not my favourite. It sounds fantastic though. You can feel that engine throbbing through your rib cage when you stood next to it.
Decisions. Got a choice between I'm doing a ride on the DMU or a ride on the Hymek. I think this is the first sit down I've had today. The trains have been so busy. Someone's already nabbed the front seat.
an interesting mix of steam and diesel, and nice to see some freight action too. I do love the character of steam, but as I've grown older, I think I lean more towards diesel. I just think it's more nostalgic for me. It's interesting to see the different type of enthusiast on the steam and diesel trains. And let me know in the comments if you prefer steam or diesel. So we'll catch up again with the GCR in 2026. It's been great to meet so many people on my travels to both railways over the course of this year, and I'm excited to see what next year brings. Thanks to everybody that's watched the videos, liked, commented, subscribed, and of course thanks to my own channel members and anyone who's supported me. And I hope you have a pleasant Christmas period, and we'll see you next year. Ta-ra!